No.
Everybody even know what they started?
No, we'll have to download the upload and. Okay. Yeah, we don't want to keep killing the show when Twitch is acting up. So. That threw me off. I am only on a couple hours of sleep. I'm sorry. Again. And it's taking its toll. We're still showing Tolkien Society and everything, too.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the button for update.
Did everybody here have a Commodore 64?
Yes. I did, yes.
Did you ever forget to put comma at the end of a run command, and then it said press play on tape, and you had to reboot the whole thing?
Yep. I'm not admitting that.
No! I have a floppy disk. I shouldn't have to add something for you to read it from floppy.
Anyway, so if you want to check out our Saturday broadcast of the Tolkien Society, an official Smile UK Tolkien Society, it's the third Saturday of each month from 1 to 3 p.m. You can go to tolkienscholars.org and then or under youtube.com/Tolkien Scholars. And we discussed at length, I am not a comic book person at all, but a number of the Tolkien Society members are. Big
and
time.
there's enough crossover fan.
So they discussed at length, and I was able to wrangle it back to discussing Tolkien still because of old myths and legends and heroes and such, and that's what Tolkien wrote about, and bring it back in on topic. But yeah, so that's just marks what happened this week. But let's go ahead and pick up where we left at the adventure. So everybody had finished stocking up back in the village of Kasarnik.
Mm-hmm.
Shopping.
Major shopping.
Torn has a magic glow stick. One of the few magic items in the game.
James, do you have your prior artwork handy with you to flip on the screen? Or?
I do not.
Okay,
item.
you might want to do that just to have it handy. And at some point we'll put together a slideshow of stuff, so just to show off.
Okay.
But anyway, so he drew a whole bunch of the equipment and everything, and so everybody equipped up. Got to know a little bit, just a smidgen more about the Lady Dranera and the Knight of the Golden Helm, Sir Karn of Camelot. Not much about the boy. Boy hasn't spoken at all. And you're talking to the villagers. The villagers were packing up as quickly as they could, and they were expecting you were leaving early in the morning before dawn, and they were hoping to leave by that night. You guys got on the road, finally. On the road, traveling north. You were heading north up the Great East Road, right in the foothills of the Dragonspine Mountains, with the cliffs of the Dragonspine Mountains steeply on your right, just towering up and up and up. And 6 hours into your trip, so around noonish, clear, cold but clear sky. To the south was all foggy and all of that. But where you were traveling north of the village was clear, cold sky. Looking back, you saw what was clearly Kasarnik, the smoke of Kasarnik burning already. So apparently the Mordredian forces showed up much earlier than anticipated. You have no idea what the fate is exactly. Now, almost everybody in that village was not any good at anything except fighting. So you're fairly confident that if they didn't get out of there in time, because they weren't expecting to leave till evening, they're just taking time to load everything up, that they probably gave the Mordredian forces what for. But you also know the Mordredian forces are pretty darn overwhelming, as you've seen, especially
they should be able to wrap themselves out of there,
So hopefully, that's what you're hoping. You're hoping they got out of there and the village is just being burned and there's nobody there, but you don't know. So that was 6 hours into your trip traveling north. It's about noon. You guys have seen this, the pillar of smoke going up into the sky, and that's where we're picking up from. So, John, you're playing Sir Karn, right?
Correct.
And the boy. And I'm handling Lady Dranera. Okay, just making sure I remembered correctly on the NPCs. Because we've been juggling a lot of things.
I haven't had anything to drink.
Except water. All right. Let's go ahead and we'll just go do a roundabout here of, now all of you have seen the fire. Torin, what are you doing, saying, reaction, whatever? That's your reaction?
Yeah, it's just like,
More of what you expected.
I think we sort of did our reactions at the end of the last one.
I understand, but we're trying to...
Okay,
back in character.
part of the recap.
Yes, this is the recap, yeah.
I mean, after a point, you just kind of get tired of being scared of it. That's like, what, 3 weeks?
Desensitization, yep.
That we've been.
That's a thing.
That's like basically what we've been seeing for the past 3 weeks. I mean, it's...
Yep.
We're just shy of freaking out into a nervous breakdown the next time we're actually calm for a week and actually can relax.
The anticipation of something going wrong will be worse than just the constant barrage of things going wrong.
We're in the
That
we're well on
would
our way
be a
to
symptom of
adapting.
PTSD.
Yes, we're well on our way to adapting to this.
Indeed. Well, at least desensitization. Lillian.
River is just quiet, and she's like, yeah, and here we again. This is our life now. Somehow running away from this army.
Okay. Talk. Everybody's coffee today.
Tis the season.
Talk is getting a little antsy and wants to be moving again, and is just glad that he has a pony and everybody has
As a steed.
as a steed.
Yeah,
Yes.
everybody
Yes.
is not walking on foot for the first time since you got off the carriage.
So is
Except
that
the dog.
common?
The
in your
dog's still
games?
walking on foot.
That what?
That everyone has to walk on foot through this leg of it.
Depends.
Okay.
A lot of players, they go, they will seek out a patrol to take the horses, to get horses so they can move faster.
Anybody ever?
The more aggressive groups. You guys are not one of the more aggressive groups.
Anybody ever steal Torchelon's carriage?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. And he basically just wrote it off. He's got others. But he'll remember that, right? That's not exactly cool. One actually just negotiated with him, just asked and talked him into it, even though he was in a hurry. So every group's different. Anyway, as I say, every group's different, and that's what's fun. Is as the game master, I've run this campaign for, 30 years? Something like that, since the 80s. And every time it's different. I love it. That's just great. So, you're all on horseback. I think, did you guys step it up to a trot? Is that,
Yes. Yeah, I think Carl
so you
got
got
Cannot waste time on this.
We were
Keep
going
moving.
quickly without
exhausting. Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll have some sore bums because you're not used to riding on horseback, but you'll eventually get used to
better
it.
than sore feet.
And yeah, well,
Marathon has horsemanship.
that's good, but you haven't been on a horse for a while, so your legs aren't, your thighs and such are
I've been
gonna.
on a horse the whole time, except
Oh, never mind.
Yeah,
You're
almost
right.
entirely.
You have. Never
the
mind. Sorry.
Gnomes ride.
Yeah. Never mind. Sorry.
The inside of his
My
thighs are
wrong.
so numb.
I have the thighs of an elf half my age.
You keep him in a basket?
You sure they don't
I have
want
too
them?
many sacks.
Don't you think they want them back?
Not after what I've done to them.
All right.
Severing part.
So you guys are riding. Gets around 4 in the evening. Now, it's I gotta find where I put the exact date. It's sometime in the middle of October, getting near the end of October. We were actually at one point in sync. Like it was almost the same date in game time.
It was
and
like 5 days. Off,
it was pretty
something
darn
like that.
close. Yeah, I'll have to find where I put that. But you're getting closer to the end of October. Not the same.
It feels cold
Actually-
enough for November, though.
Actually, it could be the same year because this is a multiverse campaign.
Sure. But anyway, so it's getting dark early. There does seem to be a tilt to this particular planet that is fairly similar experience. So this is something about game mastering and fantasy settings. Is if you make a world really, really strange that people aren't used to, it makes it harder for people sometimes to relate to it, unless you do it in increments. And so making things very familiar for people at first often helps people get connected to the setting first. It's familiar. If you throw too many strange things in at once, they don't feel connected. If you're like, yeah, this is pretty similar to the Earth experience, whatever, and then slowly ratchet up the strangeness, people usually adapt to that a lot better and stay in the game more. So this is modeled, the planet behaves very similarly in your experience to Earth, except there are certain things happening that are changing that. So it has seasons and schedules, the calendar roughly the same. Makes it easy to start out.
So, quick question:
Yes.
Is are the seasons in this world like they are now, or are they like they were in the Middle Ages on Earth?
We are not in the middle of a medieval warming period. The medieval warming period when Iceland was all farmland and everything. This is not happening. In
I
fact,
was thinking about the part when, like just after that, when everything got suddenly cold again.
so actually, it has. But we did this at the beginning, so I'll recap for you. All of the soothsayers and such say that the winters have been in the north have been getting colder and colder, and the great ice has been moving south each year, many feet south.
The literal dark ages.
The Northronders have been fleeing because they can only hold off the ice so much. That's where they live, near the edge of the ice. They have been moving south, and they're increasingly under pressure. It's getting harder and harder to find food because they're a hunter-gatherer type culture and trader. They trade and such too. But they've been getting pushed south. And you've heard there has been some fighting in recent years. Your mic is on somebody making a lot of noise.
That's Kitty.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm loud.
Yep, please remember to mute. So you've heard that up north in the mountains that the Northrunders have been starting to clash over land to the south of them as they move south with some of the wood elves. You've heard maybe some of the centaur villages have been clashing. There's been some conflict up north in the direction you guys are heading. It's a long ways north, but in the direction you're heading. Because of this change where things are rapidly getting cold. We're talking a year ago, we're talking like several degrees difference in just 1 year. And the ice moving many feet south in 1 year. It's incredibly rapid. Mm-hmm. Why it's happening, lots of theories. Nobody really knows at this point. It's been happening for some years, and it seems to be accelerating very quickly. So yeah, you are going into very cold environment to the north. Anything else I can answer on that to help you refresh, since it has been 22 or 3 episodes or so, clear back to July.
This is the longest winter in my history since July.
The longest what?
Winter.
Yeah.
It started in July.
the game. This particular
I'd say
group.
late fall.
Okay. All right. So it's about 4 o'clock. It's going to be dark, and the sun's going to set in about an hour, and then it'll be dark a little after that. Do you do your usual scout for a place? Now, this was semi-well traveled. It looks like it's been abandoned in the last year or 3. You can tell it used to be well traveled, but now it's kind of weedy, and you don't see a whole lot of track marks and such, even though it is a built road, right? It's not cobbles, but it is well made, but it's slowly starting to weed up, and a few bushes pop up here and there, but it's pretty easy to just ride along. It's meant to be wide enough to have 2 wagons, one past the other, so a pretty wide road.
Well, we've taken this road,
and no
and that
ruts.
has made all the difference.
Yeah. So, are you going to
Oh, I dare.
go off the trail and look for somewhere to camp? Are you hoping that maybe there's, because often in places like this, because this is more wilderness area, you're leaving all the farmlands. Are you going to hope that roughly days travel, that there's another place to hide out, to camp? I just had a browser pop up in front of me for some reason.
Oh, that was me.
Okay.
Because we're
Our CPU's running high.
bouncing up and down.
It's because I turned off hardware acceleration for Chrome so that we could get it show up without having the Firefox buzz.
I know. I was thinking.
Yeah.
Twitch died.
Yeah, that's us.
Is that what's killing it?
Yeah. So what I was thinking about doing was moving the live artist to Firefox, so we don't have 2
Sure.
instances.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's supposed to be that. You didn't do that?
No, I have both of them on Chrome.
Ah, no. Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Okay, CPU just maxed.
So,
Wait,
It's another day in paradise.
Okay.
can you move that over to me?
can we go a bit farther?
Yes.
Because of the army and everything.
So are you guys going to send out your rangers you've done in the past to scout, or are you guys just going to make camp on the road when the time comes? What do you got? You've got about an hour till the sun sets, so I just want to give you guys a chance. Okay, damn good.
Well, we can all see in the dark now that Torin's got a glow stick.
I can see 5 feet.
All right. I just want to know. I want to give you guys a chance to declare what you guys want to do now. It's an hour before sunset.
Yeah.
I mean, should we stop? Because if they only were 6 hours behind us, you know, it doesn't seem like we should stop and make camp right now. We should just keep on keeping on, you know.
They're closer behind us than we thought. We should probably at least put in an hour or two of dark travel.
I agree.
That's fair.
Okay. So you're going to push an hour past dark. So push to about, let's see, that would be 5:30, 6:30-ish?
Push. I'd say
7?
I'd say push to an hour and then see what we can see.
Okay.
And then maybe go for another hour, depending.
Okay. So you push through until it gets dark. There's no moon up where you are now, but you can see the mountains are getting backlit by a coming moon, which you haven't seen them for a while because of the clouds you were in before. And
It's just going to be colder.
yeah, clear skies. And yeah, the temperature has been staying close to freezing, and now that the sun has set, it's getting below freezing. But you guys are nicely bundled up. You guys have plenty of gear for this. At least this weather, you're all fine. You guys are geared up for this. And your horses are fine. They're all used to this. Well, actually, the Mordredian horse isn't so happy, but it's not suffering any penalties. It just doesn't like it.
Oh, it's okay, you know.
Horse like that can handle it.
So around 7-ish, 6:37-ish comes around. The moon is still not crested over the mountains because remember the mountains are looming very high above you on your right side. You're all traveling north. What do? You don't see anything moving. You can see a faint glow to the south that you think is still a burning still of Kasarnik.
Has there been any,
No sightings of, and you guys have been active after seeing the village burn. My assumption is you've actively been looking over your shoulder quite a bit, and nobody has seen anything to the south approaching.
Well, I suppose now we should check in. Is everybody got enough energy for another hour, or should we try and find a camp somewhere?
The horses are getting very tired because you've been maintaining a trot for hours, so the horses are getting quite fatigued.
I would have thought we'd slowed down. When
Well, you
darkness...
break them in. I don't know. You didn't state that.
Oh,
so.
yeah. Oh, sorry.
We're not horsemen either, so.
That's right. So your horses are getting very fatigued.
Wait, shouldn't
Would the knight be giving advice?
Yeah, wouldn't Carr be saying?
He is happy. He's not worried about his one. He's happy to push on. So if he was hugely worried, he would say something.
My horse has been specially trained to make you look bad.
Yeah, Karn is happy to keep going.
Use a break.
That's Moisha?
Yes.
Okay. So you all hear Moisha speak up.
All right, Moisha needs a break, so Moisha, how about you go out and scout us a camp?
Indeed.
Hey, Farhad, should I set my traps again? Do you think we're going to have to worry about those stinky cats?
I'm sorry, boy. You'll have to speak up in this quiet, dense forest.
You're not in the forest yet.
Yeah, but I couldn't hear anything because it sounded like robots.
Oh, really? We're sounding like robots?
Well, there was a...
Or the background
Only
noise?
well he was talking.
I was saying, and you think you can hear some of those big ears of his, that should I set up my traps because of them stinky cats that y'all been seeing? We're not worried about them.
That's a fantastic idea. Also, another fantastic idea, I think for you, Torin, you should try using consonants when you speak.
What's that?
I'll have to say I second that.
Is that like some sort of stick?
Your uncle had a problem with continents.
Continents?
He's incontinent.
Does it mean he's in country?
Well, that's what happens when you drink too much.
Torin, hop off of Leon. That's Leon, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And and set some traps for us. But let's wait for Moisha to find us a good place to sleep.
All right, that sounds good.
You're just going to set random traps on the road, or are you going to wait till
I'm
you got a place?
I'm going to set them around the campsite.
Whatever the place you find.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Moisha, go ahead and roll. What have we been rolling for you?
Survival?
Survival?
Let me check my thing.
For a journal.
Wisdom.
Katie, can you turn down your mic gain a little bit, please?
You copy
It's
all that
really
stuff
loud.
down. I think that was all looped. Should be on the mule.
Is that better?
No, no difference. Okay, just don't speak too loudly for the moment.
Okay.
Don't speak.
Oh wait, no, now it dropped.
Okay.
Now
Is
it's,
that okay?
now
Speak
it's
up a
too
little
quiet.
How's that?
Now it's too loud.
Somewhere in the middle.
We need just right, Goldilocks.
Okay, how's this?
Too quiet. Just a hair, just a smidge
Really
up.
fine.
Okay, how's this?
Just don't get too loud. All right. So,
Well,
what did you roll for survival?
I didn't roll.
Okay.
Just a minute.
All right.
And I rolled 18. And my wisdom is 16.
But what's your? Do you have a bonus on that skill? What's the modifier on your survival skill? It'll say like stat plus or minus or 0.
Plus one. Well, my con is +1. Wisdom is.
No. On your, I know it's been a while since you rolled.
I don't know where I'm looking.
Under your skills at the bottom, where
It's my. I have tracking is what I've been using, and that's my wisdom.
That's all it says here is tracking wisdom. I got your
Oh, okay. She doesn't have the survival skill, or
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
pass that back
Yeah, let me see that. Thank you.
since he's not here. Might
Yep.
as well let him see it.
Okay, so tracking wisdom. Okay,
Actually, between
so
the two-
you searched for a while, and nothing was really stood out to you as an especially good spot. You didn't find anything with fresh water. You didn't find anything that's got a good, protection from the wind or anything. The hills are a bit steep here, so the best you found is just off the side of the road where it's just a little slightly level area, not a whole lot of protection, but that's all you could find after searching for quite a while.
Okay.
Off to the right of the road, just east of the road. It's only like 20 feet off the road. And no trees still at this point.
Can we see where there's
During,
trees?
during the day, you saw you're going to be heading into trees eventually. It might take you a couple days to get there, but you are heading towards large forests, mostly coniferous. So that is coming. How long it takes to get there, we'll see. So you come back and let them know about the spot, or do you want to try to keep searching? You've already spent an hour trying to find a spot, so it's coming up on 7:30.
I'll spend another half an hour looking.
Okay. Now, so the roll assumes a full hour of searching, so you'll be rolling on a penalty, but go ahead.
No, it's worse. 19.
All right, so you guys are still waiting for Moisha to come back as 8 o'clock rolls around. You're all getting pretty tired. Do you guys slow your horses down to a walk?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Moisha, it's 8 o'clock. You still haven't found anything better. It's just little pockets.
Come back.
Okay, pockets of the same. Periodically, you just find a little flat spot off the side of the road about 20, 30 feet. That's about the best you've been able to find.
So I'll lead them to the closest spot I've found to where they are.
Okay. So, shows you a flat spot off the side of the road, and the box of markers are all on the bus. Could you grab those for me? Remember, it's the stack of boxes with all the. I just need the whiteboard markers, please. Thank you. It's not locked, but yeah, it'll be chilly.
Bring you the no thank you evil color markers.
Okay, so that's all it is just off the side of the road. It doesn't really protect you guys from the wind or visibility. It's just at least a flat spot. About 30 feet off the side of the road, to the east of the road.
Well, this isn't secure, but if I'm on watch and then whoever is on watch wakes me up first, if there's any sign of people approaching, I could put up a illusion to make this area seem pretty vacant.
Okay.
Oh, can't we find one of those little dales again? You know, get down low. That was nice. Wind was off you.
Yep.
We
So
couldn't see the
far, it's just
horrifying
been
tragedies from above.
It's just been a steady, slow climb. Not steep at all,
It's
but
a lot
just slight.
more difficult to figure out how to set the watch now that our leader is gone.
Do we have to keep calling him that?
In our hearts and in our minds, he'll always be our leader. I think that I should take the first watch because I don't expect any foul occurrences in the near term. We'd want your skills talk, I think, in the morning in case they came to us stealthily through the night.
Sounds fair, but just know I'm a stone's throw away if you need to wake me up, and I'll as groggy as I'll be, I'll try and have a illusion whipped up to make this camp disappear. We'll have to all be quiet though.
So we're gonna camp here in the open, just off the road.
Yes, it seems that way.
Would you like,
Alright.
unless you'd like to go find someplace better?
I mean,
It's
Should
been.
we plant some trees, Torrid?
at least we was off the road a ways in case they sent a scout or something on a horse just galloping up, and then they may not see it.
So, one point of note: so far, you have not seen a single non-human in the Mordredian army. Just a point of note.
Okay.
Except the cat.
Well,
Yeah, cats aren't human. Yeah, your faith, Hawk.
you don't know that the cat has any. You don't know.
Oh,
you
we know.
suspect.
We know.
You
We
suspect.
know.
I know that cats aren't human. You can't tell me that.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, Torrid, hey, look.
Yeah. What?
I have a sword. Let's
Hey.
practice your sword work.
Oh.
In the dark.
That's a glue stick.
Pop my glow stick off. Wait, don't you want me to set up the tent first?
That's right. We haven't had a chance to set up that large tent we've been carrying around for
Oh
a
yeah.
while.
I get down, get off the horse.
No,
get on top.
I don't want us to set up the tents at all.
There we go. I got it.
That's
I want to
valid.
sleep in blankets so we can get up and move quickly in the morning.
That's
Well,
valid.
start
We
there.
should
You wanna sit there long
we
enough?
should hold the tent off until we get over the mountains at least.
We're
Oh.
not setting up a camp. We are just camping for the night.
I really want to. Look at this pole. It like telescopes out.
Gotta be in the-
Look at that. It's so
Still.
awesome.
I'll be back.
Yeah, fine.
Put this on ringing a light.
Okay. All right. So, what do you guys decided to do?
I guess we're sleeping on the side of the road like a bunch of, vagrants.
Mm-hmm.
So
Since when does that
Back
bother
walls.
Torin?
since he got a tent that he can use and he wants to try it out.
So what's stopping him? It's nice flat level, so you can actually set up a
Farhad
tent.
said.
Yeah. So what are you doing?
I'll get down driving a stake for a lead line so we can at least tie the horses up.
Okay. You find the stunted bush that's good, close enough to tree
Okay.
branch type that you can make do with.
All right then. So I tie up lead lines and get the horses unsaddled and
Okay.
brushed down
Okay.
and do all those things a good horse owner does. And I take care of Leon, Dobson, and what's the name for the pack horse that's carrying all the food or all the horse feed?
Did we not give that one a name yet?
Oh,
Yeah, all the
We
ones that were
forgot
being
about
ridden
it.
have a name.
Both had Northrunner names. One was Frigg.
Yeah, they all would.
Yeah, I think we got all of our personal steeds.
Yeah, we
names,
have one
but
more
I don't
pack
think I
horse.
don't think we have the pack horse's name.
All right, hang on.
The pack horse, I think, is named Hyperbole.
But Olaf,
How about Alsvin?
Alsvin.
Alsvin.
A-L-S-V-I-N. Austin.
All right then. So I busy myself taking them down and brushing them, and then putting their blankets on them
Okay.
and feeding them,
They're happy.
and saying soft things into their ear to know that they're
They're
loved.
they're getting to like you. Yep. Yep. That's a good way to get some bonding going on there.
Yeah.
Now the Murdering horse is still being a
Nice
little
horse.
iffy with you. Every time you walk near it, it always kind of gives you the big eyes.
I
the
use
wild
those
eyes.
awesome command words I word like stay.
Okay. It obeys, but it always is like looks like it wants to kick you.
Oh. It's okay.
Although it's like it does that to
government.
pretty much does that to everybody. Like looks like it's just ready to spring on anybody who gets too close.
Well, nobody else
It's
gets too close.
It's a very high-spirited horse.
The
It
rest of
hasn't
us-
done it,
Yeah.
but it always seems on the verge of just unleashing.
I'm pretty sure almost all of us
Except
are
for when it's
terrified
moving.
of that horse, except
Yeah, except for when it's moving. And is that the one who's riding that one? Is
Leon.
that Leon? You're right. That's Leon.
Yeah.
he's the only one that.
Yeah, you're the one who can control it. So as long as it's moving, it calms down. The moment it stops, it's always like just it's in fight mode all the time. So that's what it's trained to be. That's what it's trained to be.
Things to horses to get them to fight
Yes.
on command.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's on edge. Yeah. And you do notice it does have a lot of scars on it,
Oh.
front and rear.
Oh.
So healed scars, but not too old.
I make sure
Probably
he gets
suspicious
mad.
of you because you've been treating it so nice.
Waiting for the shoe to drop. All right.
So I
It's
do
upset that
that,
it's not
and
gonna
I
get
see
in.
what I'm doing. My awesome glow stick.
You can see 5 feet, but at least since it's only a glow stick, it's not visible very far.
Yeah.
Compared to like a lantern, which can be seen from, it's less bright than a candle.
Yeah, candle can be seen at 7 miles on
Yeah,
a clear
a
day.
candle can be seen a long ways. It's less bright than that. It really doesn't go very far. So.
Well, when you're working with things
Which
right
is good.
here, it's fine. Need to
So-
get a lanyard so,
So you set that up, no problem. What are you doing, Lillian?
I don't know what River's doing. She has all this extra time to meditate. She'll help people where she can, and then she'll meditate for 4 hours and then figure out something else to do.
Okay. What's the watch order going to be?
Moisha will take second watch.
Okay, who's taking first?
Tor should
Farhad,
probably take
okay.
first watch because he's probably least useless at this point.
I think we should start doing 2 people watches.
Well, River will be up for like the last 4 hours.
Okay. Well, why don't you take
Yeah,
the.
I'll take the second half with Naboo.
Yeah. Okay, so Farhad, your first watch?
Roger.
Who's with you?
Torin,
Torin?
sit and talk. It'll be awesome.
Lucky Farhad. Moisha,
Well,
who?
I'm gonna also be talking to Torin about like swordplay and
Cool.
skills.
Great. Moisha.
I'm gonna tie his. Anyway.
Trailed that one off. Moisha, who's on watch with you?
I don't know who's on watch with me.
We should
How
do
about Karn?
take 2.
Yeah, Sir
Can
Karn.
take the morning?
Sir Karn can,
Watch my back.
yep. All right, and then River, who's on watch with you? Talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we've got Janera and the boy who are not doing watch.
Lazy boy.
Lazy Dranera.
She's a princess or something.
You shut your mouth. She's a princess.
Carl unfortunately can't hear you make comments about Janera.
Okay.
I hate to generalize.
Oh. Oh.
There should definitely be a punishment for that.
I prefer my puns in.
We've got in the chat room puns going on ever since we discussed the horse being on edge. I guess we'll share from our audience here.
Well, we're living
Sounds
on
like a
it.
bunch of
I'm
shades.
glad we aren't beating that horse. Nephestus says, can you ban him for that joke? Morpheus XTRM 201 says, no. Myhel says, you have the power. Dark Monkey. All right, time to rein it in, I guess. My hell, I refuse. My hell, quit horsing around, guys. Morpheus, fine. Nephestus, to the bands, are you saying nay? Neigh. Dark Monkey, laugh out loud. Morpheus, laughing. Dark Monkey, this is the main, M-A-N-E, takeaway. And my hell, I'm saying that the bands would saddle us with nightmares. So lots of fun going on in the Twitch chat room.
Well, it's an unbridled pun.
Yes, here we go. Let loose the whole pun horses of war.
At least everybody's getting equine treatment.
Farhad and Torin, your watch goes through uneventfully.
All right, then. We spin the IR talking
While
swords.
we're doing
Yes. What would you like to do during your watch?
Farhad, Torin,
Yeah.
let me see your little glow stick.
Oh, all right. Yeah, here you go. See, I was thinking I'd make a nice lanyard.
That
My
pickup
sword.
never worked for
And
me.
I sort of tie the lanyard to the end of my sword. Like, defend yourself from this.
Reach around, like, get my, well, we don't have training swords. So just have, wait, should I leave the sheath on? Do you want me to use my actual sword? I mean, it's not kind of sharper.
Scabbard on is fine.
Okay.
And we have a little a little in the dark training session, a la training drone.
All right,
on,
two of you.
say a cargo ship somewhere.
Yeah, each of you roll a d20 against your
You know,
dex.
sometime in this
I
millennium.
don't have dice.
You have no dice?
They're usually set here. Oh,
Oh, because we
No
took them.
dice.
Because we took them for the library. They're in the bus. Everything's in the bus right now. A whole bunch of games are in the bus.
We had like 50 sets of dice at least.
Yeah,
I
and
rolled
we set up
2 of 13.
6 tables with different games.
So,
Two-
is that all of us, or
No,
just
no. Just Farhad and Torin,
Torin?
because they're doing
That's
these
okay.
shenanigans.
Yeah.
So 2 of 16.
Yeah, 2 of 16.
Nicely done. And Farhad.
7 of 18.
Okay, so nobody takes an eye out, and Torin does surprisingly. So Torin does surprisingly well. So you feel like it. You know, you're helping him make great progress.
Good.
Anything else you
The
want to
goal
do?
of this is not to prank Torin.
What's that?
The goal of this is not to prank Torin in the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Sure it is.
Hey, hard work. My 7 strength.
Yeah, that's
We're
true.
coming quite a far away.
What is your constitution though?
15.
So actually, you don't get winded that quickly.
Oh, okay.
Your constitution's pretty high.
Yeah.
You can't lift very much, but you don't get winded very quickly. As long as it's your weight, not over your weight limit, you're fine.
Fantastic.
So that's not that heavy. So but he does, he doesn't. He's not very strong. 7 strength.
You
But-
can run a marathon, but you can't hold a roll of quarters.
Yeah. But he is dexterous, and he seems to have some really good stamina. So, all right, your shift is finished. You guys go to bed.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Moisha and Sir Karn.
Yes,
It's your watch.
I'm watching.
Someone's watching.
I'm circling the camp.
You what?
I'm
He
circling
doesn't
the
have to make
camp.
it creepy.
One more time.
I am circling the camp.
Okay, I heard sprinkling your teeth the first time.
Because Joe kept talking as well. Joe, were you saying something about creepy?
Just the weird whispering nature of the voice due to the microphone right now is very haunting
Huh. Okay. Is
on
that
my end.
is that happening over the broadcast, Dan, or is that just on here? You need headphones, or you've got some? Okay. Are we sounding weird, or is it just Joe's hearing it weirdly?
Oh, it's just Katie. Only
Oh.
Katie is sounding weird.
Katie, so did you want to talk to Karn or anything, Moisha? I see
Moisha
that.
doesn't know what to say to Karn.
All right. Does Karn want to say anything to Moisha? I mean, Karn is a man of few words.
I can't think of anything he wanted to
Yeah.
say to them.
Unless it's important, he has nothing to say.
So,
Yeah,
nice weather.
Moisha does not find
He will
him
not do small talk.
particularly
He
sympathetic.
never does small talk. He will refuse
Could
small
pull a
talk.
Farhad and
Prefers
just be mean
awkward
to him
silence.
for no reason. Or for
Because it's not awkward to him.
I was saying, there's nothing awkward about it. Silence
All
is
right,
good.
your watch. During your watch, the moon finally breaks over the mountains. It's getting closer. It is waxing towards a full moon. You think by the end of the month, it's going to. So this will be the end of October, early November. It will be a full moon, or at least one of the 3 days there. So the moon, it brightens up. You can see across the landscape quite far by the moonlight. You know, the silhouettes and such. And you don't see anything untoward. Both of you do hear some bushes up the hill about a couple hundred feet rattle, and both Karn and you turned quickly and looked that way, and you saw a raccoon come out of some of the bushes, stop and stare at both of you. Karn seems to actually be able to see it, though he's struggling. But again, with the moonlight being pretty bright, he does see it. You have no trouble, Moisha, being a dwarf. But Karn seems to be able to see it as well. The raccoon just stops and looks at both of you staring at it. And it just stares back at both of you, looking back and forth between the two of you.
I continue circling the camp.
Okay, you go back to walking. All right.
I ignore it.
Okay, after a few moments, it goes on its merry way back up the hillside. And nothing else happens on your shift. River and talk. Is there anything you want to do before you go to bed, Moisha?
I'm going to put on my nightcap that provides pleasant dreams.
What?
I have a nightcap, my trinket from my father is a nightcap that provides pleasant dreams.
That's right. I forgot about that. Great.
That sounds like scotch to me.
And I'm stressed enough that I need pleasant dreams.
Okay.
You should be passing that around every other night.
Why are you keeping secrets?
None of you know this, remember. Moisha has not told any of you, so that's meta knowledge.
Of course.
But thanks for reminding us there, Katie.
Yeah.
All right. And it is, and so you have a nice, pleasant night's sleep. So, River and Talk. You're on watch. The moon is up. It's not far from when it'll be full. And you can see the countryside laid out to the west and the kind of the north, and to the south. You can see very faintly off to the south those flashes you've been seeing for days, very faintly to the south. Doesn't seem to be getting closer at all. In fact, the whole day you traveled, how normally you've seen, like every time you stopped, the fog would slowly catch up to you. Didn't seem to do that at all on this trip. It seemed to stay down there.
Good.
Stay.
Do you guys want to discuss or do anything during your shift of note before I tell you how your shift goes?
River does not.
Okay.
Let's talk.
Yep.
To her.
Okay.
Well, it is his name, so. Well, and the other talkative gnome is gone, so now I've got to amp up the talking to try and balance it out. Got to take our friend inventor's scientist gnome's place in the loquaciousness. No, Puck will open up a conversation.
All right.
Silence.
Apparently,
is
it's difficult to open the.
Well, hey, remember, I'm still dealing with a newborn at home. So,
Okay. Yeah.
So the brain doesn't always
Okay.
click.
I'd be nervous about any brain that clicked.
Or clack.
Oh, my brain clicks. It goes beep sometimes.
Okay.
Well, I'm still not exactly comfortable until we get over the mountains, but it does give me some comfort that the fog seems to be staying put where it is.
That is true. It's quite unnatural and made me uncomfortable. I'm glad that so far it does not seem to be following us.
I am looking forward to getting out to the other side of the mountains. I think it'll be the first time I'll be able to feel like I can breathe comfortably.
I'm not looking forward to the cold weather, though.
Oh, it'll only last while we're there. It'll probably be quite warm on the other side. Let me finish the sentence.
While you guys, but it was while you guys are walking, you're noticing now. Normally, Moisha has kind of mumbled unpleasantly in his sleep during some of the watches. He seems to be sighing contentedly in his sleep, and you notice he's actually got a nice, pleasant smile on his face you've never seen since you met him while
Can we
he's
see
sleeping.
the smile?
Yeah,
Any
well,
of us
yeah,
have
you both have night
like-
vision.
No,
so.
under the
Yes.
beard.
Yeah. Yep, it's pronounced enough. For the first time, his face is relaxed. He's not curled up in the fetal position looking like ready to spring, and seems to actually have a relaxed, slight smile on his face.
Well, it seems that the improvement of our situation and the fog and whatnot seems to have aided the sleep of our friend Moisha here. I wish it was working quite so well on me.
I wish the same sometimes, but it's difficult to not be on edge when traveling.
So you've spoken a bit about your country in regards to your deal.
Yes.
I kind of help but wonder how much traveling you've done before you've come here from there. Have you seen any other realms in between?
No, I haven't seen much of the world until I came here. I spent a lot of time studying and searching for things,
I
gaining
see.
knowledge.
I've spent much of my life the same way, but with a different focus, I'm sure. I do intend to travel possibly as far as your homeland, amongst others. If we ever make it through the other side of this particular series of missions.
That is true. We have to get through this first.
I wish I could remember my homeland.
Why can't you remember it?
I left it when I was very small, very young, and spent the rest of my life in these mountains, although a bit further south. So these aren't the familiar mountains, but they are the same mountains.
Yeah, the Dragon Spine do continue north and south through the entire length of the continent. In fact, they even stick out little islands in the ocean south of the continent too. So, yeah, and they have multiple volcanoes throughout them. So,
So we're between two plates.
if those physics are working, yeah, if you can do that, yeah.
My family. I don't even know our family name.
I could probably find that out for you. With magic.
Really?
Yes. I know a spell. It's called Know History. You give me your name and any great deeds your ancestors did. A few other details, but give me your family name if you are interested.
He's, like choking up all of a sudden. He's like, his eyes are getting teary. He's like, I don't know if there's anything I've been more interested in. I probably shouldn't do it right now, though.
Okay.
While we're on guard, but one day when we have a chance to rest.
That might be okay.
Well, if even for an hour or two.
Okay.
But I would owe you a great debt.
It is a small task for me.
It's no small thing for me.
Yes.
And he, spends the rest of the time pretty quiet after that. Seeming rather
Okay.
contemplative, but also focusing on the horizon.
Okay.
Making sure that
As the moon set is
nothing approaches.
Actually, the moon will still be up when the sun comes up, so or at least the sky gets lighter. All right. Huh. Okay, we were just checking out that spell. Cool. Anything else you guys want to do on your shift? Okay. Shift is uneventful. Sky starts getting lighter. Everybody else slowly starting to wake up as they've gotten sufficient sleep. Nothing bad happened. Dun dun dun!
I met all these people as the first quiet.
Wait for it. They're not traumatized at all. Yeah, night went through uneventfully. Got to know each other a little. All there was a raccoon. The moon's
Wait,
3/4 of the way. It's cold. It's close to 20 degrees outside. Well, you're all outside. You're out in 20-degree weather, but Fahrenheit. But so it's very, very chilly. But yeah, clear sky. Moon's still there. Sky's getting lighter because remember the sun won't come up for a while because the mountains are so close. But yeah, you guys do your breakfast thing. Do you make a fire?
No.
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 Still traumatized.
Anybody make a fire? Okay. All right. You guys
I
get
think
what?
we should probably
How
make-
early do you guys want to get on the road?
First light.
Okay, so that would be close
As
to.
as we can, and do the things we need to do to actually take care of ourselves so we can travel a long distance.
All right, so 7 in the morning.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right, you're back on the road at 7 in the morning, and you travel through the day. Noon-ish, you guys stop for a break. Are you guys still trotting like before?
Oh, what does Carr say?
Karn says that you should probably start out slow first to let them warm up because they're going to have stiff muscles.
We should walk them first, and then build up to our speed as the horses can tolerate.
All right.
Haven't you ever ridden a horse?
Well, no, mostly we just walk by our donkeys. I'm
That's
from
enough.
the hill. All right.
Good.
River.
Good cut.
Yes.
Ride with me.
Why?
You and I have a contract, and I have upheld my portion of the contract for many, many days, and yet you have not been able to withhold up your end of the contract. That's completely understandable. Things happen when people of goodwill are put in extreme situations. However, you owe me some stories about your homeland.
I am not prepared. Okay.
You're welcome for reminding him.
Yes. Quick question. What is your marching order with your whole ensemble here.
All right, then I assume I'm in the middle of the pack, leading both the pack animals.
So Torrin's in the middle.
I'd be somewhere middle-ish too, just because I'm squishy.
So the road is wide enough for 2 wagons to pass. For a wagon, 2 wagons, one going each way to have room. So you could have 4
So we could
people.
ride 4 abreast.
You could ride 4 abreast, correct?
Well, we gotta stay
if
on
you
one
wanted.
side in case there's traffic coming the other way.
Up to you. It's how you guys can be single file, double file, 4 abreast. You could go completely one long line of the dirty dozen or whatever. Well, just you tell me what you want.
The princess be most
Karn
protected?
will always be right next to the princess unless necessary.
I'd say probably just continue in 1 or 2.
Okay, well, let me know what you guys decide.
So Farhan will go first.
But River is going to be with Farhad. Moisha will be right behind them.
And where is that, up front?
Yes.
Yeah.
So River and Farhad in front?
Moisha, do you have a ranged attack, or do you have a bow?
Yes.
Okay.
So Moisha
I
just...
would want someone with ranged attack in front and somebody with ranged attack in the back.
So
What does Karn have? Has Karn got a great sword and a meat head and nothing else?
pretty much, yeah. Big shield, big sword, smaller sword, knives, no missile weapons. He has... Oh, he did bring it. He did bring a... He did bring a supply... He did bring a supply of lances, too.
Lance.
Yeah.
Supply of lance.
Military. Yeah, because they
Lances break.
a lot.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be great if we have any boils that we need to get rid of.
Oh.
I'm gonna boil you.
Yeah, he's got one with him and then he's got on with the boys' pack horse a whole pile of them in a container, wrapped up.
Also good if we meet any boarding schools.
All right. So I'm still not clear who's where.
Will Karn trail?
No, he will stay near Janera, and so Janera is probably behind Torrin's pack horses.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So he'll stay next to her.
I need as many meat shields. People between her.
Moisha, my friend, it seems the coward Karn will not take our tail. So
You say that nice and loud so he can hear?
yes, indeed.
Okay. Do you look back while you say it?
I make eye contact.
All right.
Disappointing us.
You see his...
Has no love for Karn.
Yeah.
He thinks he's a coward
Yeah.
and a whatever your bad word for someone who cannot actually follow through on his own beliefs without integrity of any kind. And he will speak it aloud every moment he can to try to needle him into being something other than
stoic.
colonialist jerk.
Yeah.
I think the word is hippopotamus.
That is correct.
You see his jaw...
I'm a city boy from a big city, from a big town, and I swear personally very much. And so I jibber jabber when I'm trying to find other vocabulary that I just don't have.
Thank you. You see, Sir. You see, you are rewarded to see Sir Karn's jaw clench.
You hear a cracking noise.
No, not. So
So, Farhad, shall I take up the rear?
If you are willing to, if you have the courage and the strength.
I would be happy to.
all right. So Torrin, you are on.
I'm on Leon. I have with
Leon.
me the... actually,
On Leon?
I have Dobson with me. The other pack
Dobson's
horse...
behind you.
Yes, the other pack horse, Alsman. You said that the boy was taking care of him? Or
Okay.
that Karn had other things packed on the boy's horses? I wasn't too clear on that. I thought I was...
Wherever it makes sense to put his lances. So probably on the other pack horse then. You said that's Okay.
I have Dobson. I thought I also had Alsvin, but maybe
The
I
boy could pull that one, so
Okay.
So you're only pulling one pack horse. The boy could pull the other.
Okay,
one.
then I have
What's the name?
Dobson.
No, Dobson. You have, because that's your.
Alsvin.
Oh, Alsvin. Okay.
Yeah, the other pack horse.
So the boy is pulling that. Okay.
So is he riding next to me?
He would be. He's actually riding behind Janera and Karn.
Just there and jabber at him all day.
And what? What's wrong?
A picture of the Krampus.
What?
Nothing really.
Okay.
This is a jump scare.
Okay. Okay, so we have River and Farhad in the front, followed by Torin riding Leon with pulling Dobson behind, followed by Dranera and Karn, followed by the boy on the pony pulling the pack horse Alsun,
Followed by Talk.
Alsvin, followed by Talk, or you could be alongside if you wanted. I mean, if you're going two abreast.
Sure.
Okay.
That'll give potential cover for me if I have to hide behind something large.
And then Moisha's taking up the rear. And did I miss anybody? We got all the horses and mules and peoples. Well, and I assume Moisha, your dog.
Herschel is beside me.
Yep.
And I am mounted.
Yep.
But not on Herschel.
Yeah, and you no longer have the badger.
No.
And that's everybody and every critter. Okay.
But we're being
good.
followed by raccoons.
Yeah. No.
This is one raccoon. Don't exaggerate.
All right. It
And a
is
stinky
time for a break. Dan?
No.
It's time for a break, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It is exactly time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was
Has that
watching
ever
the clock.
happened?
My
Many
time is
times.
completely off right now. I was thinking 8 o'clock.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll be back in 10 minutes, and we'll see what happens next.
Probably more horseback riding.
More exciting travel time.
Well, here we go.
More passive-aggressive eye rolling.
And jaw clenching.
And whistling.
See you soon.